So, little disclaimer here. I was recording this reading of Longchenpa with our group here from my house, and my gardener was blowing. And so the first 3 minutes, there is some blowing noise, and then for the next 10 minutes, it kind of goes on. But then who is here to be distracted? So, and since this is a series of readings, this is the sixth out of the series, I didn't want to not place it on YouTube because some people are enjoying it. So I'm sorry for the noise, but stick with it, and after about 7 or 8 minutes, it's quiet again. So just allowing the mind to maybe dissolve a little, whatever words, whatever you kind of feel that it does when you allow awareness to shine and have that clear discernment that mind and timeless awareness are not the same thing. Right? And these texts written from beingness as the beingfulness of being can only be metabolized and resonate in its healing, self-liberating way if it's being experienced with direct perception, an unmediated resonance. Yeah, that doesn't mean there's maybe not a little bit of movement and commentary of the mind. Oh, that's profound. I don't get that. And I know this text is a little bit dense here and there. It's just supposed to kind of resonate and cause the recognition of your own profundity. So let mind drop a little bit into the background. Let's take another breath together. Just moving through your space while resting in this awareness, in this knowing. Keep the field of awareness of this awareness shining in and as your being. Maybe feel the resonance of your surroundings and just feel the energy of the room shifting. Yeah, so when we feel our own beingness, we also recognize the beingness of all appearance, of all events, of all experience. And in this case, so clearly, this text of the resonance of beingness. Not as something separate, but as an blossoming, as an extension of your own capacity. So let's metabolize this text together through timeless awareness. Yeah. So let's take a breath together. And then we come together here. This is sweet Thursday afternoon group. So let's kind of flow out to each other and metabolize it together. Like maybe someone or some of us are a little skewed by the events of the day or a little bit too much commentary. Then just lean on the self-liberating momentum in this collective, yeah, which is the actuality of the resonance of being. How beautiful is that? So I start with paragraph 35. This is our sixth reading of this text. So it starts. Longchenpa says, it's the beginning of a new chapter. It's called Freedom Through Application of the Path. Okay. Vajrayana is the path of non-duality. You could say Sochen, Mahamudra is the path of non-duality. No matter what experience arises, within the experience of bare awareness, there is no fixation with regard to the arising phenomena. Yeah? Maybe have everything just kind of arise like pointing out instructions. Don't make notes. I will when I'm done. I'm editing this text, and when I'm done with it, When I'm editing it, then I read it to you every week, and then when I'm done, anybody that wants it will get this text. So just relax, okay? And if you want a specific paragraph, I will give that to you today too. So this text I will share, only with those here on this call, okay? So just relax and let it resonate. So I say that again, because that was really important right there. No matter what experience arises, within the experience of bare awareness, there is no fixation with regard to the arising phenomena. Yeah? So we don't get wrapped up in all this stuff. When you directly gaze at whatever presents itself, let's take a breath right there. Let's directly gaze, gazing from being, right? Not just the gaze of sight, just gaze from that knowingness prior to the movement in the sense gates. When you directly gaze at whatever presents itself, or shows itself, or manifests itself, or appears, simply let it be like water poured into water. I think I like pouring better. Editing on the go. Simply let it be like water pouring into water. Yeah, I heard Dan Brown say, when he is teaching the boundless lion's gaze, then you become very discerning. So you open up that boundless in all directions. So let's do that with the breath. So have awareness, not so be so confined within your anatomy, like even beyond. Maybe fill the space all around. Mingle the space all around with awareness. And the space all around. And mingle the knowing of being with the space all around. Get this field perspective. A perspective, even prior to perspective, and then you can really feel maybe sometimes, there's a little bit of a stricture or a little impediment in the field, and then just pour awareness into awareness, pour through wherever you feel. I once spoke with someone that said that she would always feel like a little bit of a blockage in the actual direction of where her mother is. So just wherever you feel like anything that's impeding your boundlessness, just flow out or pour awareness into awareness. When you directly gaze at whatever presents itself, simply let it be like water pouring into water. Thus, the phenomena or the experience or the manifestations or the appearances become inseparable from the continuous experience and ongoing experience of the naturally clear awareness field. The experience of bliss, clarity, and non-conceptuality arises through the non-duality of natural freedom. The manifestation is integrated into the ongoing experience of the awareness field, which will be blissful, clear, and non-conceptual. So here he talks a little bit about simultaneous mind, where mind with a capital M, where our habitual psychological mind, our historical mind, arises within the timeless field of awareness. So let's let that be a pointing out instruction for a moment, and I'll let that resonate. So no fixation, but he obviously says any movement is allowed without fixation. So all experiences arises while we simultaneously are folded within the knowing of awareness. And then the last sentence, the manifestation or anything that's any experience is integrated into the ongoing experience of the awareness field. Right? Do you hear that simultaneous there? The word simultaneous is a little limited because it points at two, but not two. The next pointing out instruction from Longchenpa is, even when mental fragmentation arises, remain unwavering and stable. Could we say, remaining undistracted while being distracted? Let's stay together, stay with us. Yes. This is really a good get together that we have on Thursdays because we have bright minds and it's not too long. Maybe another 20 minutes or 15 minutes or so. So this is really non-distracted time. So even when mental fragmentation arises, remain unwavering and stable. Then he goes on, when you are in the state of the ultimate dimension of beingness of being, the state of the awareness field, which is unborn awareness itself, whatever arises, whatever is manifested, whatever appears is released in the field of pure awareness. This is the unconditional freedom of the physical dimension of beingness. Yeah, unborn awareness, like beginningless, no beginning, no end. No death gets in the way of the continuity of this timeless shining awareness. Can you identify the beginninglessness and the endlessness, the constancy? Remain there. Then Longchenpa continues, there is no need to reject some experience and cultivate others. Whether they are active or still, whatever is comfortable, let it be like that. Activity and stillness, serenity and discernment, skillful action and transcendence, knowingness. Skillful action and transcendence, knowingness are all naturally integrated. Do not condition your bare awareness field by intellectualizations, and do not fabricate experience. Do not fantasize. If there are views to be negated and established, and experiences to be rejected and accepted, then in the process of doing this, you will get caught in a web of dualistic fixations based upon hope and fear. The point is to cultivate the non-rejection and non-acceptance of whatever arises or manifests itself. Letting things come and go, by itself arising, by itself liberating, by itself arising, by itself metabolizing, transforming, healing, liberating, shining the healing light of timeless awareness on all experience. By this allowing this automaticity of timeless awareness and its movement, self-liberation happens. Nothing needs to be done, none meditation, none doing. Just sit on back and realize you are becoming a Buddha by recognizing you already are one. He continues, the mind is like a camel. If you hold on to it, it wants to escape. And if you let it loose, it just sits there. If you relax into your natural condition, this is the genuine experience of natural freedom, Rangdrol. The objects that we are grasping into and onto become free right then and there, and we enter mental ease, which is the ease of the awareness field. That entering of mental ease, in the Bon tradition they speak about, then when you just allow it softer and softer, it gets softer, and then everything that arises liberates and dissolves like snowflakes into a warm ocean. Yeah? which is that ease that he points at right there. So let it be really easy right now. Let's take a breath together. Yeah, just like real ease. Bright mind, soft mind, heart essence, to enter into awarenesses, natural awareness. Let go of the attentiveness of the mind. Free of attentiveness, there is no conditioning of whatever arises. What? No attentiveness? How do I not get distracted? So there is like that discernment between attention and awareness. Right? So attention and attentiveness is a little too tight, a little too narrow. So let's take a breath. And just awareness shining, just all saturating. Not becoming a laser beam to shoot out to objects and bring back information. Let everything arise in this field, softly, freely. Again, to enter into awarenesses, natural awareness, let go of the attentiveness of the mind. Free of attentiveness, there is no conditioning of whatever arises. Then, in those moments, free of objects of perception and perceiver, free of the functions of the mind, rest in the state of natural freedom, which is natural knowingness without an object. In the state of unobstructed pure awareness, there arises the wisdom of knowingness, of clarity, of openness, and oneness of spaciousness and luminosity. Yeah, stay with us. Little while. This is like real intense pointing out instructions for a short amount of time, so it may resonate through your week and your life. Don't meditate. That's what he said last week. Do not meditate. Much more immediate than meditation. When the various manifestations of phenomenal appearance, the rays and energy of primordial awareness radiance, are released into the field, the wisdom of discernment and knowingness is actualized. Resting in the state of clarity and serenity, in which the meditational experience of bliss, clarity, and non-conceptually... I read that wrong again. Resting in the state of clarity and serenity, in which the meditational experience of bliss, clarity, and non-conceptuality is spontaneously present. The natural radiance of awareness shines unobstructed. The completely natural state of awareness, the beingness of being, is uncreated and indestructible. Vajra, indestructible. Notice, identify that your timeless awareness does not get touched by any appearance or any thought. Going maybe to read 3 more minutes and then we'll be quiet for a few minutes. So, fresh mind, yeah, bright mind. If you're sleepy, sleepiness does not touch this. Just be aware with little dreamlets if need be. Okay, here he goes again. By giving spaciousness to agitation when it arises. Okay. Pointing out instruction. Let's take a breath. Let's give spaciousness to agitation, any movement, when it arises. Or as agitation arises within the spaciousness of awareness, and allowing it simply to be, this agitation will in time become fully pacified. So there's timeless, healing timeless awareness arising in time. And then from holding it timelessly in the immediacy of being, indeed, in the fluctuations of life, there is a diminishing of negative mind states and a flourishing of positive mind states. Just allowing whatever arises to simply be this in time. Everything that arises in time will become fully pacified. With regard to the active and still aspects of the natural state, when your natural mind is active, do not despair. For this very movement prevents fixation on stillness itself. See, there he says that thoughts themselves, or experience itself, becomes the little helper not to get attached to meditative stillness states. Don't hold the mind too tight. Not too loose, not too tight. I think that was enough for the reading, so I'll be quiet for about 3 minutes. Just really stay with us so we can metabolize it with your shared beingness with us. We need you. Just a few minutes. This facet of the Yeshe Wisdom's Sangha diamond wouldn't shine like this without you. You're not sitting there on your own. It's not solipsistic, it's us. Thank you. I'll read the end of the basic space of phenomena of Longchenpa as our dedication prayer, like we do every Thursday. By this virtue, may all beings without exception effortlessly reach the primordial ground. May they become spiritual rulers who spontaneously accomplish the two kinds of benefit, dwelling on the level of Samantabhadra, Kuntasangpo, without transition or change. In all directions may there be well-being, splendor and wealth, so that everything that is wished for is spontaneously accomplished, as though in a pure realm. May the drum of spiritual teachings resound and the victory banner of liberation be raised. May the sacred teachings never wane, but spread and flourish. This text, entitled The Precious Treasury of the Basic Space of Phenomena, composed on the slopes of Gangvi Tokar by a yogin of the most sublime spiritual approach, Longchenpa Rapyam, is now completely finished. Good fortune, good fortune, good fortune.